Well, let's find out.
Okay, let's go back to school.
No, let's go back to the show. The Halloween 80s. I play hide and seek. They won't even look for me. I'm telling you, I don't get no respect.
What is this, Chris? Rodney Dangerfield?
Hey,
What are we doing talking about Rodney Dangerfield today?
because we got back to school.
That's right. Last episode, we were in the summer, so we did summer school. Now we're starting the fall, and we are...
Doing back to school.
Yes. And this is what? We haven't introduced ourselves.
Oh, hi, my name's Chris, and this is...
Dad, Fonzo.
Okay. And,
This is the...
Halloween 80s. And before we jump in the back to school thing, please subscribe to this channel, and please please like this video and hit the notifications for our latest new episodes. And this shout out is Bluegill Animates.
Yeah, we have a new sponsor.
He's a friend of mine.
Okay, sponsor that's not paying any money.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we're talking about Back to School. Came out in 1986. This is a really famous movie from a really famous comedian. Looks like you, Rodney Dangerfield. This is the one Rodney Dangerfield thing. I got this in the airport in 1986, I remember. But I had actually never seen Back to School till we watched it like last week. What did you think about it?
I loved it. It was so funny. His job is fat clothes.
Yes, he owns what they called it, a tall and fat store.
Yeah, tall and fat store.
Yeah, that's a real thing. I think back then it was just like a silly thing, but there's a whole bunch of those. I mean, they're not called that, but there's a lot of like big and tall stores. That's a real thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so yeah, what happens in the movie? What's it about?
So a kid he wants to quit college. So his dad comes and he will go back to college.
Yeah.
And he's gonna walk with him, and they get fights and then at the end of the movie he does the triple Lindy.
Yeah.
Dive surrender. The triple Lindy.
He's like a wealthy guy he's older, right? And he goes back to school, and because he's very rich, he pays other people to do his work. But at the end of the movie, the big climactic scene, which is the funniest scene in the movie, and they kind of tease it throughout the whole movie, is that he used to be a great diver, which is ridiculous because you look at him and he's a big, sloppy, heavy guy. He's not exactly built like a diver. But throughout the whole movie, they talk about what? What's the dive?
The triple Lindy.
The triple Lindy.
There will be an additional springboard installed for Helen's dive. The triple Lindy.
Is that hard?
That's impossible.
And they kind of tease it throughout the whole movie. It's like this impossible, crazy hard, super dangerous dive. And at the end of the movie, the guy who is on the diving team, who is who? Who is the guy? We've seen him somewhere else.
Oh, from Christine?
No, that's his son. His son is from Christine. The bad guy on the diving team, who at the
Oh,
end
Johnny!
is Johnny from Karate Kid, right?
From Karate
Yeah.
Kid.
If you need a bully, jerk, bad guy in an 80s movie, he's
great
your man.
for being bully.
Yes.
You see him so many times, just like one of the boys on Karate
That's
Kid.
right.
I feel like I've seen him in another one.
Yeah, he's fantastic. And so he pretends that he's hurt, and so he doesn't dive, so the team is going to lose if they don't get a replacement diver. But in comes Rodney.
Me.
And attempts the triple Lindy. Yes.
And is it possible to do the triple Lindy? But we have to explain how to do it.
Yes. So we've talked a lot about this. Is the triple Lindy possible? We have a diagram here of the triple Lindy. Now they call it triple Lindy, but it actually involves 4 different diving boards. We're getting unclear there. So he begins. The diagram here. Let's move this mic. That does absolutely nothing.
Hey, what are you talking about?
Pull back the curtain.
I'm not getting no respect.
All right, so he starts in the first diving board, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know what pool would have 4 different diving boards. And he jumps off,
Yeah.
kind of tucks in, jumps down onto the second diving board.
Uh-huh.
Then
He does a triple.
he does a double flip,
A
double backflip
A double backflip
onto
the third
a
diving
third
board.
diving board. Then
He does one backflip to the other one.
to the next diving board. Then he actually does a backflip on the same diving board, right? And then he ends it how?
He ends it. He jumps off and then does a 2 front flips and then
into the pool. It's a thing of beauty. I think they get a 10. Everybody gives them a 10, and they win
clap.
the thing. Yes. So after I saw this, I mean, obviously it's ridiculous, right? But I thought, I wonder if anybody has tried a triple Lindy. And we saw a couple of YouTube videos of people kind of trying it. But the thing is that you're not going to get a pool with 4 different diving boards next to each other. So one is like below, and then the other ones are like next to each other.
I understand why there's 4 diving boards, maybe like for practicing and
Different
try to
heights.
high.
Yeah, right. And the first one isn't even really a board, right? It was just like a platform, and the other ones have the bounce. So the first one didn't have a bounce. It was just like a big concrete platform. Then he jumped down off of that one onto the next one and got the bounce off to the next one. And they said in the movie that they added an extra one. So that I guess they originally only had 3, and then they added a 4th. So what do you think? Is it possible?
You have to be really, really
Athletic.
Yeah, you have to be really strong. And clearly you have to know how to do a front flip and a back flip. But how you need to like stop to breathe to do all that stuff.
Well, you're not underwater until the end. But you mean like to catch your breath? Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you ever see like Olympic gymnasts, they're doing flips all the time, right? So
I think that's possible if you're a gymnast and a swimmer.
here's the thing, right? This is like the one caveat, right? Everything would have to be dry, right? Because when we saw people attempt it on YouTube, and all we really saw was somebody try to jump from one diving board to another. So a couple of things. It needs to be kind of close, right? They can't be that far away. And if you look at a pool, they're usually pretty far away.
It's gonna be tricky if it's gonna be like fall down and your legs might get hurt.
Yes.
You might break your leg.
Remember we saw a diving video and he said that would be the bad thing because your knee could buckle. So I think a couple things. All the diving boards would have to be very close to each other. Everything would have to be perfectly dry, right? So you'd have, because if you're doing that and you're wet, maybe there's something sticky, right? Like if it was made out of rubber, if it had like a rubber surface or something.
Like a collide kit down.
Yeah, like a mat or something.
Yeah.
Because if you're slippery, if you're wet or that's wet, you're just falling right down. Yeah, it's super dangerous, right? So if they're positioned exactly right, and if you're perfectly dry and you can get a good grip, and if you have a gymnastics background and a diving background, even then it's a stretch.
That's tricky. But if you're fat and you're like, you can't do that.
The other thing to throw in, I don't know that in any universe Rodney Dangerfield could do it. Yes.
But I think it's possible. I think it's possible.
I think anything is possible if you set your mind to it. And I think there's somebody out there, and this is kind of thing that like one of your YouTube heroes could or should try, but it's so long ago that nobody even gets it.
People are looking to me right now.
No, don't try this at home.
Try this at home.
Do not try it at home. Unless you're a crazy
I don't get no
YouTuber.
respect.
Here, let's do another one.
This was funny. What was it? The other day I walked into a place to buy a shoe. I told the salesman, I'd like to see something cheap. He told me, to look in the mirror.
I told you.
I told you I don't get no respect.
All right, so I didn't think we were going to decide that's possible, but I think we both agreed that under just the right circumstances, the triple Lindy might just be possible.
Yeah, let's do the egg agreement. You know, book.
Okay.
So you hold it, right? And
Yeah.
you think that you do thumbs up.
All right.
Hmm.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. All right.
Okay. Thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate if you subscribe to this video right now. If you're not, I dare you.
Give you some respect. Subscribe to the video.
You can give me my only respect. Okay, all the people in my school, in my class, hi. And thank you for watching the Henley